I was reading A Course in Miracles yesterday, and what I do now with A Course in Miracles is when I have something maybe that's troubling me or that I'm feeling uncertain about, I'll just open it. And more often than not, in fact probably all of the time, what it says in that moment, what I read in that passage really hits home and is usually exactly what I need to hear. So I thought I would read to you what I read last night, because I think it's such a useful, it's just brilliant, isn't it? It's just brilliant. So this is from chapter 31, The Final Vision, in the purple book, and it's section 5, the concept of self, like verse 15. Seek not yourself in symbols. There can be no concept that can stand for what you are. What matters which concept you accept while you perceive a self which interacts with evil and reacts to wicked things? Your concept of self will still remain quite meaningless, and you will not perceive that you can interact but with yourself. To see a guilty world is but the sign your learning has been guided by the world, and you behold it as you see yourself. The concept of the self embraces all you look upon, and nothing is outside of this perception. If you can be hurt by anything, you see a picture of your secret wishes, nothing more than this. And in your suffering of any kind, you see your own concealed desire to kill. You will make many concepts of the self as learning goes along. Each one will show the changes in your own relationships as your perception of yourself is changed. There will be some confusion every time there is a shift, but be you thankful that the learning of the world is loosening its grasp upon your mind, and be you sure and happy in the confidence that it will go at last and leave your mind at peace. The role of the accuser will appear in many places and in many forms, and each will seem to be accusing you, but have no fear, it will not be undone. The world can teach no images of you unless you want to learn them. I think we can often get caught up in how our world looks and how we interact with the world, and we take a lot of ourselves from that. You know, we see that if we have a certain amount of money in our bank accounts, or a partner, or friends, or whatever it is that you have created as a symbol in the world for your success and happiness. And this path, this undoing, so to speak, is to see all of these things outside of you and to see them for the illusion that they are. My background starts off with A Course in Miracles, which really is a complete fundamental rewiring and retraining of how you look at the world. And whilst I came across non-duality further along down my path, and it's been the most useful thing, I found that had I not undone a lot of my understandings about the world, had I not let go of looking to the world for anything, if I hadn't have done that by studying a more progressive path, then this direct approach of going back to the truth of who I am could not have been as fundamental or as changing or awakening as it has been, because I would still have been very much lost in experience. That's why it's so important to really look past experience and past all the things that you think you are, because they are creating this false image and false perception of yourself. It says here in the same verse 17, there will come a time when images have all gone by, and you will see you know not what you are. It is to this unsealed and open mind that truth returns unhindered and unbound. Where concepts of the self have been laid by is truth revealed exactly as it is. When every concept has been raised to doubt and question, and been recognized as made of no assumptions that withstand the light, then is the truth left free to enter in its sanctuary, clean and free of guilt. There is no statement that the world is more afraid to hear than this. I do not know the thing I am, and therefore do not know what I am doing, where I am, or how to look upon the world or on myself. The first few lessons of A Course in Miracles is all about how you have given all meaning to everything you see. Even just the word table. By looking upon a table and calling it a table, you've given it an identity, a separate identity. But if you were to really look at that table, how can you know it's a table? Who's told you it's a table? It's just a nothing, really. It's just a form of sorts. Yet we have conditioned it into this understanding of table. But it's not table, it's expansive, creative, sturdy. It's so many more things than a table. In fact, the next few lessons in A Course in Miracles will then go on to tell you that you are one with the table. The table is you. You're no separate as your individual identity, as the table is separate in its individual identity.